Hello and welcome to the Career Thrivers Show. I'm Rhonda Douglas Charles of Adnor Docs, and October we are celebrating Women in Small Business Month. We're focused on something that is essential to growing your business, and that is networking. Whether you're just starting out or you have an established business, networking is key. Building those lasting relationships can definitely elevate your brand. But before we dive into the networking strategies, let's take a moment to recognize the incredible contributions of immigrant women entrepreneurs in the United States. Did you know that 1.5 million women business owners in this country are not US citizens? That's 11.5% of all women business owners. And an impressive, I'm so impressed, 38.6% of all immigrant business owners. In 2017 alone, there were 1.2 million immigrant women entrepreneurs. Immigrant women are leading in several key industries. There are over 65,000 immigrant women running their own restaurants and food service businesses, and an additional 105,000 are operating in the beauty space. And these are 2017 numbers. These numbers show just how influential immigrant women are across various sectors and definitely within the beauty industry, which we're going to speak about a little later on. So stick with me and you're going to get tips, especially the lash techs that have tuned in. Thank you so much. Tips from Siobhan of Makeup by Chevy on how you can network for your lash tech business. So many of these immigrant women come from Latin America, the Caribbean, and Asia, with Mexico being the largest contributor, followed by Korea, Vietnam, the Philippines, China, and India. Immigrant women, particularly women of color, are driving significant growth in entrepreneurship. Between 2007 and 2018, the number of businesses started by women of color grew by 163%. These numbers represent resilience, creativity, and a willingness to overcome barriers, which is why networking is so important. Of course, running a small business is not without its challenges, especially for immigrant women. Access to capital is often a major hurdle, and language barriers or cultural differences can make it even more difficult. However, the good news is that the US ranks number 1 in the 2019 MasterCard Index of Women Entrepreneurs, showing that there are many opportunities for women-owned businesses to grow and thrive here in the United States. And this brings us to the power of networking. Networking is not just about finding clients or partners. It is about creating a support system. It's about gaining referrals and staying visible in your industry. It is one of the most effective ways to overcome the challenges that we just discussed when it comes to immigrant women who are business owners. It can truly help you take your business to the next level. Of course, it is all about building those relationships. Now, Siobhan, today we are lucky to have some amazing networking tips that were contributed by Siobhan of Makeup by Chevy, specially tailored for lash techs and small business owners in the beauty industry. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. These tips are practical, they're actionable, and they can really make the difference in how you grow your business. So let's get to them. Our first tip is to connect locally. I'm not seeing my screen, so I'm sorry for not responding to the comments. I see they're coming in and I will pop over in a minute and get to them. So Siobhan's first tip is to connect locally with other lash artists and beauty professionals in your area, whether through local workshops, beauty expos, or even informal meetups. These connections provide invaluable insight, support, and collaboration opportunities. You never know where your next client could come from, and it could be a referral from a fellow professional. The next thing you want to consider is maximizing your social media. I know a lot of immigrant women say to me, I don't want to be on these social platforms. Well, Siobhan is saying you need to make the most of social media platforms. And that includes Instagram and Facebook. They are not just for posting pictures, they are for engagement. You want to actively comment on other professionals' posts, share your work, and use hashtags to reach new audiences. Social media is one of the most powerful tools to boost your visibility, especially if you are a beauty professional. Your industry thrives on visuals. The third thing Shivi is suggesting is that you join online groups. Online groups, online communities, online forums that are specific to the beauty industry, but specific to whatever industry everyone else who's joined us is in. You want to join these groups because they offer a wealth of support, tips, and advice from people who understand your industry. People who've been there, done that, have the bruises, right? It's a great way to stay connected with others and gain new perspectives on how to grow your business. Her fourth tip is to attend industry events. Do not underestimate the value of attending trade shows and beauty conferences. And this goes for whatever industry you're in. Attend your industry conferences and those trade shows. These events are not only great for learning about the latest trends in your industry, but they're also excellent networking opportunities. Siobhan recommends doing some research on attending these events prior to your attending these events. She suggests that you research the attendees and the vendors beforehand so you can make meaningful connections during the entire event. The fifth thing you want to do is to build referrals. Building a referral system is one of the most effective ways to grow your client base. Siobhan also suggests partnering with other beauty professionals to create mutual referral programs. For example, if you're a lash tech, you can partner with a makeup artist or a hairstylist and referring clients to each other to expand your reach. I love that tip. And six, follow up. Follow up, follow up, follow up. You always want to follow up after meeting someone new. A simple thank you, whether it be a thank you note or a thank you phone call, sharing a meaningful resource that you guys discussed in your interaction. This can go a long way to solidifying a new connection. Networking is not just about that initial introduction. A lot of people leave with a whole bunch of business cards, but without having made that connection. It is about making the connection and, even more importantly, maintaining these relationships over time. And finally, leverage the power of client reviews. You want to encourage satisfied clients to leave reviews on your social media pages or your Google business profile. And you want to ask them to refer you to their friends. I cannot emphasize enough the value of word of mouth. It is one of the most powerful marketing tools, and happy clients can become your biggest advocates. These networking tips are just a starting point. By incorporating them into your routine, you can increase your visibility and credibility significantly as a small business owner and as a lash tech. So thank you to Siobhan for sharing these valuable tips. And Siobhan can be found at makeupbyshavi.com. And I will put this in the comments when we're done. So thank you for joining us today. I hope these tips inspire you to build your network and to take your business to new heights. Don't forget, we'll be hosting another live session later on, hopefully before the end of October, with Siobhan herself, where we'll dive even deeper into these strategies. So be sure to tune in. To learn more networking tips for small business owners, as well as for those of us who are job seekers or in career transition, be sure to check out the YouTube playlist on this channel that is specifically about networking. Now, the Adnor Docs channel, it is really geared towards those first and second generation immigrants or hyphenated Americans, if you will, who are ready to leave survival jobs behind. The mission of Adnor Docs is that everyone has access to the career of their dreams. Everyone can elevate beyond survival jobs. So thank you. And until next time, keep thriving, keep connecting, and keep growing.